It's Friday, January 3rd, 2020. Here's what's happening. A SUNY Fredonia student is facing charges after allegedly stealing an ambulance. Plus, Chautauqua County has a new executive.
Light rain has been the story throughout the morning. That will continue. We'll talk about it next. The news starts now.
From the team that puts coverage first, this is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Friday. I'm Justin Gould. Hopefully you're having a good day. Our top story today, a student at SUNY Fredonia was arrested this week after police allege he stole an ambulance and then took it for a joyride. Fredonia police say that 23-year-old Agda Gucek hopped in the rig, parked at an emergency call on Central Avenue at around 3 a.m. on New Year's Day. Officers later located the ambulance that jumped a curb, struck several signs, and then got stuck in a lawn. Gucek allegedly fought with the cops after being ordered to exit that vehicle. The $240,000 ambulance suffered some front-end damage in that crash. Luckily, no one was hurt. The man faces several charges, including DWI. He was released with appearance tickets. And a city of Jamestown man was arrested overnight after allegedly strangling a woman during a dispute at a residence on Prospect Street. Jamestown police responded to UPMC Chautauqua Hospital for a report of a domestic dispute just before 1 a.m. Officers say the female victim received treatment at that hospital following what looked like an assault. Officers allege that 53-year-old William Jones assaulted the woman in front of their child that was under the age of 17. Jones was arrested and taken to Jamestown City Jail. Officers say they found a controlled substance in his possession at the time of that arrest. Police say Jones will face several charges in the case. And more companies could be making an easy-to-use version of an opioid overdose antidote under a deal announced yesterday by New York State's Attorney General. Now, the agreement between Emgrent Biosolutions will no longer enforce a contract that had allowed it to be the only company to develop a nasal spray version of the drug, nalmefenin, for the use as an antidote in a nasal spray. Now, the Attorney General's office says the new agreement came after it found that the company had exclusive rights to selling the drug. Now, the drug is still in the pipeline, but not in the market, though. The agreement does not affect Narcan. That's a spray version of the drug naloxone, and that form is popular for police, firefighters, and others to use to revive people who are overdosing. And Chautauqua County lawmaker P.J. Wendell was appointed as the county's next executive yesterday during the legislature's reorganization meeting. Wendell replaces former county executive, now New York State Senator George Borrello. The Republican was the first elected to the lawmaking body in 2012. He's been the chairman of the legislature for the past 2 years. He says his top priority is to continue to try and improve the area's workforce, utilizing his education background.
I want to compound on George's endeavor with the businesses and reach out to those manufacturers and business people and say, what are the skills you're looking for? And then sitting down with educators and making sure that our students, if they choose not to go to college, that they'll have those skill sets in high school or some quick postgraduate work.
Now, Wendell was unanimously appointed by the legislature for county executive seat. He will also likely see a Democrat challenger in a special fall election here in Chautauqua County. Now, the Chautauqua County Democrat Committee Chairman Norm Green, in a statement, says that the Democrats are vigorously looking for a new candidate, and they vigorously oppose this decision by the Republicans to place Wendell in that seat. Legislator Pierre Chagnon was elected by his colleagues as the next county legislature chairman. Well, hopefully everybody is having a great day. Thanks so much for joining us here on WNY News Now. Albeit it's a little gray out there for sure. If we could take a live look at the HD News Now cam, and not too many people out there on 3rd Street. It looks like there is a couple of people over there at the Digitel building. Let's pull up the comments and take a look and see what you guys are talking about today on this Friday. At around noontime. Hopefully everybody is having a good day out there. Gotta say hello to Pam. Thanks so much for joining us here on the broadcast. Hopefully you're having a good day. Hello to Michael and hello to Lori as well. Good afternoon to Samantha. Hopefully you're having a good day. Great to see you as always. Coming up, we have a lot more to tell you about this half hour. Here are the changes that many small businesses will face in the new year. And later, why gas prices will most likely stabilize in 2020. Dakota.
See just a few clouds overhead. I love this picture. 43 degrees right now, and more of this cloud cover is on the way. We'll talk about it in just a few. Don't go away.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. Small business owners have plenty of changes to deal with as 2020 begins. Higher labor costs for many companies, and some owners will discover that they have to comply with new laws that aren't on the books in their own state. As of January 1, there are higher minimum wage in a quarter of states and new federal overtime rules. The IRS has new W-4 forms that owners will need to get used to. Plastic bags are also on the way out of many stores and other businesses in a growing number of places around the country. Current employees don't need to fill out new W-4 forms, but new staffers, employees who want to change their withholdings, do need to complete the form. The IRS has created a calculator to help small businesses compute withholdings for new forms if they don't use automated payroll software or providers, and it can be found on the IRS's website. And new guidelines for nutrition labels went into effect on January 1st. Take a look. The FDA now requires labels on packaged food to include up-to-date specific information, including info about the link between chronic diseases and diet. The rules change applies to manufacturers who sell more than $10 million a year in food products. Those who sell less than that don't have to comply until the first of the next year. Now, of those changes includes ingredient sugar products like honey, maple syrup, and they will have more time to comply. The FDA says the change will help consumers make healthier food choices. Well, those fruity flavored e-cigarette cartridges are about to be a thing of the past. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services announced a new policy prohibiting the sale of them yesterday. Now, under the FDA rule, vape companies will be only allowed to sell 2 flavors of cartridges, tobacco and menthol. They will have up to 30 days to stop manufacturing, distributing, and selling. Other flavored e-cigarette bans just apply to flavored cartridges, not to the devices that use those vapors that are sold in stores. Now, cartridge-based e-cigarettes have been popular amongst young people. The National Youth Tobacco Survey published data showing more than 5 million middle and high school students reported using e-cigarettes last year. Well, if getting fit is one of your 2020 resolutions, January is the best time to get a gym membership. And that's because health clubs are offering promotions and New Year deals to win over New Year's resolutions. In today's Consumer Watch, Meredith Wood with some tips on fitness centers, studios, and classes.
Getting fit this year can be expensive, but if you're committed to getting into shape in 2020, experts say you don't have to overspend, just choose wisely.
A gym that is not hoping that you don't come and keep paying, but hoping that you come all the time, and if you don't, we'll figure out a way to make it work.
Consumer Reports has these tips to help you pay less. Number 1, sign up for a trial run. Most clubs offer free trial passes, so take some classes, try out the gym's equipment, locker room, and see if you like the community. Number 2, research prices and search for deals online. Discount websites usually have major deals on fitness classes, trainers, and local gyms.
Somewhere that gives you an opportunity to try them out for free, and then doesn't offer you any kind of contracts.
Experts say this forces gyms to work hard to keep you coming back. Number 3, negotiate a deal. Consumer Reports suggest you go straight to the gym's manager instead of a salesperson. They may be more likely to work out a better membership price.
And most gym owners they're in this because they want to help people.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Meredith Wood.
All right, Meredith, thank you. Another tip, join with a group. Many gyms will lower their monthly rates for large groups. You can either get a group of friends to join you, or maybe you could get a group of your fellow coworkers as well. Sometimes health insurers have deals for local gyms. I don't know, Dakota, do you want to become part of my workout group?
Yeah, sure, why not? What the heck?
Yeah, hey,
what the heck?
It's great. We'll have a lot of good time. There's a lot of great gyms. I know a lot of people go to places like Planet Fitness in the mall, and they say they really enjoy that. The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood, that's another really great gym. I know there's another gym here in downtown Jamestown. There's gyms in areas of Randolph as well. There's
of course, the
fitness
Y.
center there. The Y.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, the Boys and Girls Club. I know sometimes, I think that might be more just for young people.
Yeah.
You really can't necessarily go there and work out.
Well, when I lived in Buffalo, I did have a thing to Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
But I only went twice
Oh, really?
because I couldn't find the motivation to go.
They say there's these really nice relaxation chairs at Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
That after you work out, you can go sit in. Obviously, you want to wipe them down first, because that's always kind of grossed me out when it came to like the sweat. Yeah, people are working out hard, and then they go to these things, and it's like,
I get where you're going.
no. So, nevertheless, what are you going to do about it? Let's say hello to all of you in the comments. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. Pam says JCC too. That's another great local gym.
I forgot about that one.
You're right about that.
JCC does have their
Always
gym that's
fun
open,
to walk around the track, and sometimes you can see like the basketball team playing or different sports, volleyball, things like that. So that's always fun to see. Dave says, "Good afternoon, guys. Hope everyone is enjoying this gloomy day. At least no snow yet." Yeah, that's
For
probably
now.
the caveat.
Yeah.
You'll have more on that coming up in just a minute here. Got to say hello to Dave Norberg. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hello to Raymond. Hello to Samantha, Tracy, Butch as well. Hopefully you're all having a good day. We're getting used to being in the newsroom. We really are. It's quiet. Fridays are quiet.
Yeah. We're like the only ones here.
Yeah, right now. So everyone else thinks it's vacation still. That's the thing. So nevertheless, we'll see.
Who do we
Norm
have to
coming
talk
up
to
there,
get those vacation days?
I know, right? It's like we're chained to the desk. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I know.
Well, hey, so exciting First Defense Weather Day, and I know there's a little bit of rain.
First Defense Weather Day. Is there something I don't know about with that?
Well, no, I'm saying it's.
I'm sorry. That's an internal thing. I'm sorry.
It's an exciting First Defense Weather Day. You're tracking some rain. Tomorrow.
You talked with the consultants, haven't you? Tracking weather days. Anyway, let's get ourselves out of this and let's take a look at the snow totals from the New Year's Eve and New Year's Day Lake Effect event. Just came out today by the National Weather Service. Of course, sometimes it takes a couple days to get all these totals. And look at Perrysburg at almost 12 and a half inches. But when you look at all these other totals, that total doesn't really jive up with all these other ones. And this has been kind of a confusing thing, but I think we finally figured out what happened. I think what happened here is Perrysburg is up on the hills of Cat County. They more than likely got a lot of the heavier snow with the lake effect, so that's why that total is likely that way. But all the other totals from around the region just really didn't jive up with that. But we do know that report is to be valid, so that's likely what ended up happening there. So here's what's coming up. Light rain showers continue this afternoon. They have been throughout the morning. They'll continue throughout the day today. Saturday is a smorgasbord of weather. If you like weather, Saturday's got everything you want in it. It turns, we start as rain, turns to wintry mix, then to snow as temperatures drop through the day. Highs will occur early in the morning, and then we may see some limited lake enhancement Sunday through Monday, which could enhance some of the totals that we'll show you in a minute. So in terms of the weather impacts here, again, nothing really on the higher end of the scale. Again, snowfall is in the medium category. And again, you know, temperature, wind chill, and ice not going to be a problem here, but it will likely be a little bit slick as the temperatures do come down a little bit. First defense Doppler radar, again, not a whole lot going on. A lot of the most widespread rain has tapered off, but peek back here to the west, you can see a few of these little pop-up showers continuing to continue, and that will be the case throughout the afternoon today. And our next storm system way down there as the system takes a track to our south. Here it is on future scan. You can see the model picks up on the rain this afternoon. It looks like there'll be a break in it tonight, early tonight, and then going throughout the overnight hours. Rain will start to pick back up, but notice what's peaking back here, the essence of that colder air. And then as we go throughout the day on Saturday, the colder air will filter in, change over to all snow. And then as we go into Saturday and Monday, you can see the model trying to pick up some essence of lake effects here, but we think the majority of it will be lake enhanced. So in terms of snowfall totals, what are we looking at here? Probably about 3 to 4 inches up on the highest hills. That's likely going to be, you know, where we're going to be for totals here up on the highest hills. 2 to 4 lower elevations, 1 to 2 further to the west, east, and south. So again, it's all going to be elevation based. If you're up on the highest hills, you're going to get more snow. If you're a lower elevation and in the valleys, lesser snow. So again, this goes all the way until Sunday. Monday, we may tack on maybe another half an inch to an inch on top of that. But again, nothing big deal here. No big deal snow. That's the good news. All right, zone forecast. Eastern areas here, where are we going to end the day? Well, temperatures are going to be down into the 40s for most areas, lower to mid 40s here, maybe 39 on the highest hills. Definitely not possible with that southwest wind 3 to 6 miles per hour. How about the next 7 days of your life? There they are, 37 degrees tomorrow. That high occurs early in the day. Temperature drops to around 30 by the end of the day. 31 on Sunday. Snow showers continue. Potential for lake effect flakes on Monday. A light snow shower on Tuesday. Turns colder on Wednesday and Thursday, but at least Thursday we dry out. Sports is next. Don't go away. Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Rejoice sports fans, it is Friday. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. With a 7 o'clock puck drop tonight, the Jamestown Rebels will begin the year 2020 with a 2-game road series versus the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. Jamestown is on a 5-game losing streak and are in last place in the East with 25 points, a single point behind the Northeast Generals. Meanwhile, the Knights are in 4th in the East with 31 points, 3 points behind the Maryland Black Bears. They are also on a 3-game losing skid. Saturday's game will also have a 1:30 puck drop. With a 4:35 kickoff time tomorrow afternoon, the Buffalo Bills will be on the road to take on the Houston Texans in an AFC wildcard playoff game. Buffalo was in the playoffs for the second time in 3 seasons and are looking to shake off a 13-6 loss versus the New York Jets in their final regular season game of 2019. The Bills are also in search for their first playoff victory since 1995, in which they beat the Dan Marino-led Miami Dolphins 37-22. On the opposing end, Houston finished 2019 with a 10-6 record, the same record as Buffalo finished. The Texans will also have star defensive end J.J. Watt back in action after missing the entire second and a half of the season due to a torn pectoral. The game will be televised on ESPN and ABC. With a 9 o'clock tip-off tonight, the 10-24 New York Knicks will be on the road to battle the 13-21 Phoenix Suns. The Knicks have won 6 of their last 10 and are in second to last in the Eastern Conference, just ahead of the last place Atlanta Hawks. New York won their last game 117-93 against the Portland Trail Blazers on Wednesday. On the opposing end, the Suns have an 8-20 record after beginning the season 5-1, including a 117-107 loss against the LA Lakers in their last game Wednesday. The Suns are in 11th in the Western Conference. The game will be televised on MSG. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, nothing is certain but death, taxes, and rising gas prices.
No, great.
Maybe not the last one, though. Smartphone app GasBuddy is forecasting that prices in 2020 will actually be 2 cents lower than they were last year. They forecast they'll be at $2.60 a gallon. Of course, that probably won't be true all year. Gas prices tend to rise as refineries switch to summer blends, and then that will also happen this year. GasBuddy predicts prices will be the lowest in February and rise to a peak in May. Many large cities are also likely to see jumps to more than $3 per gallon and up to $4 in parts of the West Coast. Isn't that crazy? Well, take it all with a grain of petroleum, though gas prices are determined by the world market for oil, and unforeseen geopolitical events can lead to some disruptions and often larger price swings. Certainly. We're seeing one of those now.
I could not imagine living on the West Coast and having to pay $4 for a gallon of gas.
I would imagine that's
we did that, back in 2008?
Yeah,
when gas prices here soared to like $4 a gallon? That was ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. And I would imagine that's probably why they have different lifestyles, right? They do bikes and public transportation.
Public transit, yeah.
You know, these they have these rent-a-cars, which are really cool. In San Diego, I visited there a few years ago. And you could just, create an account. It's almost like Uber, but you get to drive the car yourself if you have a valid license. And the cars are parked all over. You find one parked on the street, you get in it, you drive it, you leave it wherever as long as it's within that zone.
Yeah.
And then you, on the app, you say, okay, I'm done. It stops charging your credit card, locks the doors, ready for the next person.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it really is. So I guess that's one way to get around it. And I'm pretty sure they're electric, some of them.
Right.
So it's not gas
I
powered.
mean, I understand that, electric is going to be the future of all cars looking forward, but,
we still got to produce that energy.
Right. But, I mean, that's like the big, I don't want to get off into a big tirade about this, but it's like, electric is still mainly produced by natural gas. That's still the main way, the country produces electricity is with natural gas.
Right.
So it's like, are you really saving the environment if natural gas is harmful to the environment? Are you really saving anything going to electric when electric is still produced by natural gas? And plus, I mean, when you think about it, electric cars are still kind of still a little pricey.
Right.
So gas is still a cheaper alternative, if you can believe that, to electric cars.
Right.
So
interesting.
there's got to be a middle there. But
yeah, exactly. And I guess
talk to me on Twitter. We'll argue about it on the tweeter.
Dakota loves a good negotiation, a
Yeah.
good exchange of thoughts. That's for sure.
The tweeter, the face bag, the Insta face,
Wherever
all
may
that
be.
stuff. Anyway, let's take a look at the weather impacts. This is for Saturday going all the way through Monday. And again, snowfall, the weather impact's not a big deal here, but there will be some accumulating snow Saturday, especially later Saturday going into Monday. And there's the 7-day. The high temperature tomorrow is going to occur early in the morning. Temperatures will end the day near 30 degrees. And then we stay in the 30s pretty much all the way through the next several days.
All righty, Dakota, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I know I messaged you last night and asked if it's cool for me to go to Erie on Saturday.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to go to Erie on Saturday because we don't want to get stuck in the mix. I think the mix
Yeah.
is the worst. Snow, whatever.
Starts as rain, then it will change to mix as the temperatures drop, and then as the temperatures hover around freezing, but it'll go over to all snow. So
Be safe if you're traveling this weekend. Please, please, please. Well, that'll do it for us on what kind of feels like a short week. It felt like 2 days with that holiday. So back to a full week tomorrow. We hope to see you then. In the meantime, though, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. You can stay in the know when you're on the go by downloading our mobile app. Just search WNY News Now in the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. It's free. We hope you download it and give us a shot. We are back on Monday. Hope to see you then. Have a great weekend.